Yeah, the man got subpoenaed by the feds, not by Congress, over his trip to Cuba. They're accusing him of having violated the sanctions that we've placed on Cuba by delivering aid. Though my understanding is that Hasan was operating in compliance of those sanctions. I'm not actually sure if they have anything on him. It's probably going to be a waste of time. Just another inane, futile effort on the part of the federal government to prove to Trump that they're doing something. Federal officials have served subpoenas to Marxist political influencer Hasan Piker. Is like Marxist the next level up from socialist? Because Fox News calls everyone socialist, but Hasan's like actually a socialist, allegedly. So now we're going one up. It has more punch. They should call him a Bolshevik. The administrative subpoenas, called Requests for Information, or RFI, seek financial, logistical, and communications information revolving around trips the True Wiley bragged about making to the island nation in March with delegations of the Nuestra America Convoy, or Our America Convoy, from a global network of communist sympathizers, activists, and influencers who brought supplies to the country's ruling Communist Party of Cuba, according to sources familiar with the matter. Nice. Well, we'll see how it goes. This has always been like the weakest link in the Trump administration's effort to crack down on democracy, the judicial element, So far, they have been like laughably ineffective, weaponizing the courts against their enemies. Did you guys see that the ongoing case against Abrego Garcia was dropped the other day? It wasn't just dropped. The judge dropped it for malicious prosecution. Do you know how rarely that happens? Do you know how rare that is for the judge to say, I'm dropping this case because it's obvious the prosecutors are full of it? Do you have any idea how uncommon that is? Yeah, Kat Abagazale also walked. All six of Kat and her co-conspirators in crime, allegedly, I'm told, they all walked. Remarkable stuff, really. Didn't they also drop it with prejudice? Well, prejudicial prosecution is with prejudice, right? The investigation is part of a broader effort by officials at Treasury, State, and Justice Departments to curb malign foreign influence operations inside the United States, particularly activities tied to support for political violence, extremist movements, or acts of the U.S. government classifies as terrorism. Bringing Band-Aids and food over to starving people right off the coast of Florida. Malign foreign influence. Christ alive. It's like it's 1962. Well, it's worth noting, and I'm not saying this to defend our actions against Cuba back in the 60s, but it is worth noting that you could make arguments about Cuba being a threat to the United States back when they were allied with the Soviet Union. Now you can't. I mean, back then, at least you had some, like the containment doctrine, communism spreading to South Vietnam through Korea, Cuba, Soviet influence. At least back then, there was an enemy superpower. Now Cuba's literally just like slowly dying because we're blockading them. It's a little bit more difficult to make a narrative out of their, the threat they pose to the United States. Oh yeah, Fox News scoped some pics of Hasan outside with the dog, hot dog with the butter, just snooping. It's fucked up, man. Can't even go outside to shit in the bushes without Fox News scooping you. Hasan was shitting in the bushes? I assume. I've been to West Hollywood. Piker, one of the most influential political streamers on Twitch, has built a massive online following with a mix of Marxist politics, anti-American commentary, and inflammatory statements that have repeatedly drawn public backlash. Hasan said these photos were taken months ago, so they've been stalking him for months. Makes sense. I mean, the news does that. He is a celebrity, right? Has Hasan been to the Met Gala? Has he been before? January 12th. He's been to an after party. Oh. Yes, Vosh, it was the Tax the Rich fit. That would be really fun. He should pull that for 2027. Like rocking the vintage Tax the Rich fit to the Met Gala. That would be fucking good. Damn, how long does this article go on? Good, our citizens should be fighting for America, not against her. America's a woman to these people? Jesus Christ, woke? That's why we're raping it so hard? Dark woke. Thank you. Yeah, I don't see much mainstream coverage of this. Largely, I think, because there's an ongoing effort on the part of the mainstream news to ignore NSPM 7 and everything that it implies. Remember, we talked about this a couple of months ago. Remember Ken Klippenstein, like, talking nonstop about NSPM 7, and there was basically no mainstream news coverage it for like a month after the directive was put out. Really weird stuff, Again, I think it goes back to the media being willing to criticize Trump or individual members of the administration, but not being able to like draw attention to the underlying sinister nature of the government. I think that like even MSNBC, CNN, NBC, whatever else, they don't like the idea of drawing attention to the fact that the fundamental I guess operations of the government, not merely the people leading it, are somewhat sinister. Anything he covers is ignored by the media. Ken is out there doing good work. Very good work. Anyway, this is the closest I got to mainstream media coverage, okay? How are we doing, Benny? Benny boy.
Piker, who is America's most prominent left-wing communist streamer, who was
Though, if you factor for Mamdani condemnations, he actually falls behind someone else.
Raised by his communist parents in Turkey, but somehow attended some of the most prestigious universities in all of America. Why would you choose to do that if you
Wait, the University of Miami? What? I mean, Rutgers is good. Okay.
America so much? Why would you live in Los Angeles, California in a $2.7 million, 4,000 square foot house?
Holy fuck, I just realized these people are boring as shit. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I thought, oh man, that took like no time at all. Holy shit. Him like bored, disinterestedly flicking through a Wikipedia article. Socialism, house? So he's like anti-America, but he lives in America? Wow. Doesn't even live in North Korea or something? Whatever. Anyway, like, yeah. They don't believe in anything themselves. It's just they're bored by their own jobs, which, I mean, in fairness, sometimes I am when the news is. The difference is that I'm bored from the I'm tired of the country being raped to death by pedophiles perspective, and they're bored from the, well, the country's already getting raped to death by pedophiles. Like, what am I supposed to do perspective? You know what I mean? Like, they're checking their watch going like, well, the country's already raped and pedophilic. What more am I supposed to do? Like, flicking through the Wikipedia article, you know? Slightly different perspective, in my opinion. I'd be bored with life if I was Benny Johnson. Yeah, no kidding. Hope Hasan is fun getting, I don't know, probed by the feds. Saul, can you cover the mask slipping off a lot of the liberals on Twitter as a result of this? I don't have anything novel to say. There are a bunch of, like, third-way centrist dipshits, I don't know, Destiny types or whatever, who are gloating over this, as if like any of this or any of that is liberal. I don't know. I mean, it's, again, like my point to being like there are basically no liberals anymore, essentially. Like, it's just not a political, it's like the most common political ideology in the world right now is fascism. And the second most common is like vaguely populist democratic socialism. And somewhere in like ninth place must be liberalism, because there are no fucking liberals anymore. There are just like banal status quo defenders who lash out in a reactionary fashion against critique from any direction, but uninformed by any like fundamental moral beliefs, you know? Obviously, it's bad that the fascist government is subpoenaing a political commentator, streamer, whatever, activist in the moment that he was in Cuba, I guess, because you're going outside when you do that, for bullshit reasons, in service of a prolonged siege against an innocent, defenseless population of people who we have tortured for decades and are mounting an invasion against soon. It's just illiberal. But what do I say? Like, I complain this, you know, the government's illiberal, everyone's illiberal. The Democrats are illiberal. I am the only liberal. I'm the only one who believes in liberalism. So, you know, whatever. I was assuming they wouldn't arrest him. Subpoenaing somebody isn't arresting them. Hasan has some prep to do. He should be fine unless he ran afoul of any of the actual, like, laws regarding our sanctions on Cuba. What's the subpoena? He has to go talk to the feds. Why are you so far left politically? I'm just a liberal from 1789. Like, unironically, I feel like that's my politics right now. We're not even, like, talking about socialism. We're just like, even the most baseline adherence to liberal principles would make one a radical in the society. It's fucking crazy, you know? Overton Windows mad shifted? Yeah,